Festival titled Colors and Memories. Date, Saturday, 12th October 2024. Time, 12 noon. Venue, Asney Car Park, number 2 Lewis Drive, off Sandy Abacha Road, GRA, Port Harcourt. Grab your tickets now at anyticketplug.com or at Eden Kingdom Lounge. Tickets would also be available at the event gate. See you at the Port Harcourt Photography Festival. This event is proudly sponsored by Budweiser, Descent Digital, Pop Cola, Portland Resort, Grand Oak, X-Squeeze, Mamuda, Dovini, Golden Tulip Hotel, Viva Mark, Oil Zone 1 Church, D-Joe Printers, Eden, Gainbox, Wish FM, Atlantic Television. This event is powered by Ace Photography.
This is Atlantic Television Network Global News at 9 p.m. First, the headlines. Police debunk claims of decapitated body parts. Court stops PDP from sacking Damagun. Justice Soho returns Kano's case file. Ipman rejects fuel hike price. Russian strikes kill 4 in Ukraine. Sean Diddy Combs to remain in prison. Super Eagles defeat Libya.
Hello PHCT. It's about time for the Port Harcourt Photography Festival 2024. Get set to create, explore, and capture at this year's festival titled Colors and Memories. Date, Saturday, 12th October 2024. Time, 12 noon. Venue, Asney Car Park, number 2 Lewis Drive, off Sandy Abacha Road, GRA, Port Harcourt. Grab your tickets now at anyticketplug.com or at Eden Kingdom Lounge. Tickets would also be available at the event gate. See you at the Port Harcourt Photography Festival. This event is proudly sponsored by Budweiser, Descent Digital, Pop Cola, Portland Resort, Grand Oak, X-Squeeze, Mamuda, Dovini, Golden Tulip Hotel, Viva Mark, Oil Zone 1 Church, D-Joe Printers, Eden, Gainbox, Wish FM, Atlantic Television. This event is powered by Ace Photography.
Police in Rivers State have debunked claims circulating online that 4 bags containing decapitated human body parts were dumped on the center of Iwofe Road behind the Omega Power Ministries in Port Harcourt. The unfounded news had in the early hours of Thursday caused panic in the area as residents, due to the repugnant stench that oozed from the sealed bags, assumed it contained decomposing human body parts. Responding to developments, the police, in collaboration with the River State Waste Management Agency, swiftly reported to the scene, where it was discovered that the bags were rather filled with poultry debris left there by yet-to-be-identified individuals. A statement signed by the River State Police Command Public Relations Officer SP Grace Ringokoko disclosed that the rumors were peddled by mischief makers who intended to mislead members of the public and cause panic and unrest. SP Ringekoko, however, called on residents of the state to go about their lawful businesses without fear, as the alarm was false, encouraging members of the public to identify and make use of the assigned refuse dump sites close to them to prevent misleading information, such as the one that just occurred. Experts have posited that the River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, will constitutionally face the weight of the law concerning his approach on the issue involving the executive arms and the judiciary in the state. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Open Conversation, a political analyst, Ndamzi Ekolo, maintained that Governor Fubara and his team had self-inflicted their defeat considering the rule of law.
He went ahead to re-echo it that it is irredeemable, even up to the point of Supreme Court. He knows he's a lawyer. Having withdrew that matter doesn't have life again, because he has, the governor's team, have inadvertently admitted all facts pleaded by the applicant at that stage. So that is that. Then on whether the Federal High Court originally should...
Elucidating further, Ndamzi reaffirmed the resilience of the Constitution over the matter.
Yes, because at the commencement of that trial, you can see parties to the suit. The National Assembly was a party, the police was a party, Rivers State government was a party in that suit. And if we borrow a leaf from the
Court of Appeal, Abuja Division on Thursday affirmed Martin Amehule as the recognized Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. A three-member panel on the Court of Appeal, in an unanimous judgment, dismissed the appeal filed by the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, for lacking in merit. Independent observers have attributed the violence and arson that followed the recently concluded local government election in Rivers State to Governor Siminalayi Fubara's refusal to obey court judgment. ATN reports that the controversial local government election was conducted on Saturday amid a court order stopping the law enforcement agencies and the Independent Electoral Commission from taking part in the exercise. Some stakeholders in the state, particularly those loyal to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Nyesom Wike, opposed the election, insisting that the court order must be obeyed. The election was, however, conducted amidst a series of violent clashes, leading to the deaths of some unsuspecting citizens, while a local government secretariat was also set ablaze. At a press conference in Abuja on Friday, the Independent Electoral Monitoring Group declared that the election was marred by widespread irregularities, including the lack of election materials and non-use of electoral registers. Addressing journalists, the executive director of the group, Dr. Emmanuel Agabi, said that the state's political crisis will only worsen if urgent steps are not taken to restore order, accountability, and respect for democratic principles. All Progressives Congress executive in Ekeremo and Southern Local Ijo government area of Bayelsa State have announced the suspension of the Minister of State for Petroleum, Senator Heniken Lopobiri, the 2019 governorship candidate of the state, David Lyon. Among those suspended are 2 serving commissioners in the PDP-led Bayelsa State government, who are also APC members. The suspensions were reportedly due to anti-party activities and allegation of factionalization of the party at the state level. Chairman of the APC in Ekeremo local government area meeting, Enekeneme, confirmed the suspension of Senator Lokbobiri and Commissioner of Power, Engineer Karen Kumoko. Addressing journalists, Enekeneme said the action was based on the findings of an internal disciplinary committee set up under Article 21.3, subsection 1 of the APC Constitution. In a related development, the APC executives in Southern Local Ijo area also announced the suspension of David Lyon, the 2019 APC governorship candidate. The Commissioner for Lands and Survey, Barrister Perez Biawera, along with 6 other members of alleged anti-party activities and gross misconduct. In different story, NNPC Limited has reiterated its commitment to work with host communities in the Niger Delta region towards lasting peace and economic prosperity. Group CEO Malam Melek Kiari disclosed this during a dialogue session with the Niger Delta communities held in partnership with the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement South-South, Honorable Gift John Bull, at the Igrubia Square Ultra-Modern Town Hall, Yenagoa, in Bayelsa State. The session is also part of the Citizen Assembly Engagement, which is a side event of the forthcoming Climate of Parties 29 conference, taking place in Baku, Azerbaijan, in November this year. Kyari, who was represented at the occasion by the head business services of the NNPC Upstream Investment Management Services, Mr. Sani Kabo, said the engagement marked an important step in the journey to strengthen unity and promote development in the region through the third phase amnesty program. According to the GCEO, the NNPC Limited is committed to standard dialogue with traditional leaders, ex-agitators and youth leaders towards addressing local concerns and restoring trust across the 9 Niger Delta states. Kyari said the coming of Petroleum Industry Act 2021 has emplaced allocation of 3% of NNPC's limited operational expenditure to community development, a development that will ensure projects reflect the community's priorities whilst investing in skill acquisition, community empowerment and sustainable livelihood initiatives for the benefit of the various communities. Independent National Electoral Commission has described as baseless the allegations made by the All Progressives Congress regarding the purported smuggling of bimodal voter accreditation system, machines and voter registers into the INEC office by members of the PDP. In a statement by Dr. Anugbum Onoha, Resident Electoral Commissioner, REC, Edo State, INEC said that a thorough investigation has been carried out to find the allegations as baseless and unsubstantiated. The APC was subsequently declared winner of the election by INEC, who had made the claim during the September 21, 2024 governorship election in the state. INEC maintains a steadfast commitment to upholding the integrity of the electoral process and by no time were the beavers machines or voters registers compromised by unlawfully accessed by any political party or external entity. Analysts have emphasized on the need for a well-constituted local government administration across the country. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network program ATM Politics, a socio-political analyst, Amarachi Onwele, advocated for the constitutional local government election system for the purpose of serving the dividends of democracy to the people at the grassroots.
Had experiences where people who are not supposed to have any business with the local government will interfere with the runnings of the local government because of the gains they tend to get from the local government, which is against the benefits that are supposed to be enjoyed by the people in that locality, in the rural area.
Mr. Uwali also lauded the Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy as it may.
Supreme Court judgment that has been given, and I thank God for these issues that we are seeing, because these issues, once they are laid to rest, will pave way for a greater local government system. I've seen the issue of the local tussle between the local government chairman and the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly.
Exactly.
Prior to his suspension, I heard they even have a matter pending in court which is unresolved yet, which is the argument by his lawyer that his constitution is, his suspension is unconstitutional and he should be allowed to remain in office. And if you recall,
ATM reports that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has stopped the replacement of the suspended Alemosho local government chairman, Jelili Suleiman, by his vice chairman, Akinpelu Johnson, to allow for proper consultation before the implementation of the House of Assembly's resolution. Also, police operatives in Ondo State have apprehended a 34-year-old man, Monday Chukwu, for allegedly stabbing his friend, Kefa Ofando, to death over a 2,000 naira debt. Chukwu reportedly stabbed Ofando with a pair of scissors after a heated argument at Akintolu village in Odigbo local government area of the state. Ofando gave up the ghost while he was being rushed to the hospital, having lost much blood due to excessive bleeding. According to Ondo State Commissioner of Police Oladipo Abayomi, what started as an argument degenerated into the killing of Ofando. Commander, Training and Doctrine Command, Nigerian Army Major General Kelvin Aligbe, has assured officers and soldiers that the war against insurgency and banditry would soon come to an end. Major General Aligbe said the army would end the fight against insecurity before returning to the barracks. Aligbe spoke in Akure at a party for candidates that participated in the 2024 Captain 2 Major Practical Promotion Examination. He, however, said that they would not remain long in the barracks because of the higher risk to bring peace to the country, abs the world. The president assured the participants that the just concluded examination would qualify them for selection to attend the junior staff course at Jaji or any of the subscribed staff colleges overseas. He charged them to always have the country in mind. General Officer Commanding 2 Division Major General Obinna Onubogu, who was represented by the Brigadier General John La, Commander 32 Artillery Brigade, Akure, appreciated the officers for their good conduct during the examination period. Health workers in Ondo State, under the umbrella body of the Nigerian Union of Allied Health Professionals, have given the state government a 15-day ultimatum to meet some of their demands. The health workers threatened to embark on strike if the government failed to heed their demands. This request is contained in a letter dated 10th October 2024 addressed to the State Governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and signed by the State Chairman of the Union, Comrade Olusoji Olumide, and the State Secretary, Comrade Dr. Adeojo Michael. The statement said, whereas other healthcare workers have continued to wallow in the pains due to aforementioned conditions, only the medical practitioners, which are doctors, have witnessed the succor of the Ondo State government through the implementation of various federal government circulars and policies that have guaranteed better framework and better working conditions, improved remuneration and job satisfaction. In Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun has unveiled the sale of federal government subsidized rice in the state. The governor disclosed that his administration will begin implementing the sale of these subsidized foodstuffs across the 20 local governments of the state. Abiodun noted that the implementation of the scheme across the state would help deepen the reach of the initiative, adding that food items like gari, rice, and beans would be sold at largely subsidized prices. The governor made this known during the ceremony held at the arcade ground of the governor's office, Okemosa, Abeokuta. The governor, while noting that both the federal and state governments believe that the key to sustainable development lies in being strategic, guided by the principles of inclusiveness, transparency, fairness, and accountability. He commended the state head of service and his team for a job well done. He said that the distribution would cover groups like civil servants at both the federal and state levels, organized private sector, artisans, trade unions, non-governmental organizations, student bodies, market women, amongst other associations. He assured the people of the state that the Office of the Head of Service and Ministry of Agriculture, along with the Office of the National Security Advisor, has developed a well-structured template that will ensure a wide and equitable spread of the commodities to all local governments in the state. Former Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has been summoned to appear before the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja over allegations of crime and breach of trust and possession of unlawful acquired property. The summons issued by Justice Marian E. Ane alleged that Bello committed the offenses between 2016 and 2023. The summons, dated October 3, 2024, was made public in a Friday post from the ex-handle of the EFCC. According to the court documents, Bello is accused of violating Section 311 of the Penal Code Law, Cap 89 Laws of the Northern Nigeria 1963, which deals with criminal breach of trust and is punishable under Section 312. He is also charged under Section 319A for allegedly possessing property suspected to have been obtained through unlawful means. Bello is expected to appear before High Court Number 3, Maitama, on November 14, 2024 at 9 a.m. We want to Kogi State, where the Independent Electoral Commission says it is fully ready for the local government election slated for 19th October 2024. Chairman of the Commission, Maman Nda Eri, stated this when he received an audience in the Kogi State Executive of the Nigerian Union of Journalists in his office in Lokoja. Eri assured all political parties participating in the local government election of an equal, fair and just playing field for all contestants. He said the Commission's mandate is to make sure that the outcome of the elections represents the wish of Kogites, irrespective of political affiliation. On security, the chairman assured that the adequate provisions have been made for staff, journalists and observers at all relevant stakeholders in the election. Newly posted Commissioner of Police for the Federal Capital Territory, CP Olatunji Rewan Disu, on Friday, visited Ushafa and a few other communities in Buari area council to assess the security situation in the area. A statement by the command spokesperson Josephine Ade said the visit was part of the command's commitment to ensuring that all parts of the FCT enjoy peace and security. She stated that CP Disu during the visit held extensive discussions with traditional rulers, youth groups and community members, listening to their concerns. According to the statement, the CP emphasized that the importance of collaboration between police and residents, encouraging community members to remain vigilant and promptly report any suspicious activities. He assured that the command has already strengthened its development and deployment in key axes between the Buari area, with a special focus on intelligence-driven reports and rapid response units. He reiterated that the FCT command will leave no stone unturned in tackling crime and ensuring that Buari, like all other communities within the FCT, remain a safe and secure environment for residents and businesses alike. Senate has directed the Federal Road Maintenance Agency to a matter of urgency to intervene in the rehabilitation of Shua, Jigalambu and Baladega Bridge, which was affected by flooding in Adamawa North. Sponsor of the bill, Senator Amos Yohana, representing Adamawa North in a lead debate, stated that the flooding has caused catastrophic destruction in 5 local government areas, leaving thousands of people stranded and in dire need, with hundreds of houses and farmlands destroyed. In their remarks, lawmakers urged flood response agencies to rise to the occasion and do the needful, while noting that preventive measures must be taken to avert such disasters.
Aware that the flooding situation has overwhelmed local capacities and left thousands of people in dire need of urgent humanitarian assistance in Krichinga, Shua, Gulag, Zuragu, and other areas of Michika local government, Mayobani Mubi North local government, Konkol in Maiha local government, including shelter, food, medical care, and clean water.
NEMA and the response agencies need to do more because practically there is no presence of NEMA in my constituency, and I believe the senator that brought this motion too has made it clear. So what I will only add is more effort should be put towards getting these people back into their houses and alleviating their sufferings.
We should begin to be proactive in planning for the next set of floods. And we should not continue to be reactive. And in fact, by the time the water drains from the northern part of the country, it will settle in the south. And together with the release of water from the Cameroon dams, we expect flooding in the entirety of the Niger Delta, displacing people. So it's important that the country comes out with a Marshall Plan to cater for this yearly flooding.
The Senate further directed the National Emergency Management Agency to reach out to the affected communities and provide relief materials while mandating its Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure that NEMA, FEMA carry out the Senate's resolutions. Amid ongoing economic challenges, the National Youth Service Corps has urged graduating corps members to embrace entrepreneurship, reiterating the need to leverage skills acquired through its acquisition and entrepreneurship development program to navigate financial hardships. Bauchi NYC coordinator Rifkatu Yakubu gave the advice at the presentation of certificates to a total of 1,393 corps members from the 2023 Batch C Stream 1, who were awarded certificates of national service upon the successful completion of their mandatory one-year service to the nation. The coordinator, while reiterating the importance of entrepreneurship for departing corps members, said, "This will not only help you navigate the economic hardship, but also enable you to become employers and contributors to national economy." She advised them to put into practice what they learned during the SIDE program, as the availability of traditional white-collar jobs continues to decline. And State Governor Abba Yusuf have donated 100 million naira to victims of the recent fire incidents that ravaged Campton Quarry Textile Market. The donation was made during a visit to the market, where he expressed solidarity with affected traders. The governor explained that the fund is aimed at alleviating the impact of the tragedy. He also announced several initiatives aimed at improving market infrastructure and preventing future disasters. The fire, which destroyed 29 shops, was quickly contained by a swift response of firefighters. Hamisu Said Dogun Nama, Managing Director of Campton Kwara Market Management Board, expressed his appreciation for the rescue efforts. Chairman of the Market Elders Committee, Alhaji Sabu Bako, also praised the governor for his support, while urging the state government to address other operational challenges the traders face. Sokoto State Police Command has arrested 22 suspects in connection with criminal theft, conspiracy, mischief, and receiving of stolen items. Police Commissioner Ahmed Musa made this known while addressing journalists in Sokoto. Musa stated that the arrests aligned with the police commitment to ensuring the safety of lives and properties in the state. The CP revealed that 2 suspects were apprehended following a report from the manager of Samag Engineering Company during the alleged theft of aluminum conductor wires in the Goroyo local government area on Friday. He also reported that officers attached to the Achida police outstation in Warnu local government area arrested a driver during a stop-and-search patrol on Saturday. Troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and Sector 3 Operation Wheelstroke have arrested 3 suspects that are bandits and a logistic supplier linked to terrorists within and outside Taraba State. The feat followed a credible intelligence report where a special operation was launched on 7th October 2024 in the Ademin General Local area of Karim Labido Local Government area. The tip-off led to the successful apprehension of some suspects of bandits at Jebeb, a border community between Taraba and Plateau State. This is contained in a press statement issued by Captain Olubondude Oni, Acting Assistant Director of the 6th Brigade Army Public Relations. The bandits, identified as Adamu Abubakar, Mohamed Bello, and Musa Adamu, are believed to be responsible for a series of criminal activities, including armed robberies, kidnapping, and violent assaults in the community areas. The arrests come as part of a broader effort of 6th Brigade to curb rising wave of interstate criminality within its areas of operation. Zamfara State Command of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has assured the collaboration with the Nigerian Correctional Service in a bid to reduce crime in the state. This was contained in a statement signed by the spokesman of the command, ACI Omar Mohammed, and made available to newsmen in Gusau. According to the statement, the Commandant Sani Mustafa disclosed this during the courtesy visit by the Comptroller General, Nigerian Correctional Service, Ibrahim Shehu. Mustafa reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring that national assets and infrastructure in the state are effectively secured. The statement further stated that earlier, the Comptroller, Nigerian Correctional Service, Ibrahim Shehu, said he was at the NSCDC headquarters to further seek the core collaboration in heightening security at custodial centers. He said that the visit aimed at familiarizing and imitating and maintenance of the already existing relationship between the two organizations to reduce crime and thwart sabotage. You're watching Global News Atlantic Television Network. We'll be back after the short break. Stay with us.
Hello, PHCT. It's about time for the Port Harcourt Photography Festival 2024. Get set to create, explore, and capture at this year's festival titled Colors and Memories. Date, Saturday, 12th October 2024. Time, 12 noon. Venue, Asney Car Park, number 2 Lewis Drive, off Sani Abacha Road, GRA, Port Harcourt. Grab your tickets now at anyticketplug.com or at Eden Kingdom Lounge. Tickets would also be available at the event gate. See you at the Port Harcourt Photography Festival. This event is proudly sponsored by Budweiser, Descent Digital, Pop Cola, Portland Resort, Grand Oak, X-Squeeze, Mamuda, Dovini, Golden Tulip Hotel, Viva Mark, Oil Zone 1 Church, DJ Printers, Eden, Gainbox, Wish FM, Atlantic Television. This event is powered by Ace Photography.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
Welcome back. This is the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. Now to the rest of our stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima has inaugurated the National Road Safety Advisory Council with a charge on members to align with the best global practices in reducing traffic crashes. He therefore tasked this council to set national road safety strategy targets and ensure effective coordination between federal, state and local governments to achieve shared road safety objectives. Speaking during the ceremony on Friday at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Vice President Shettima emphasized the critical nature of road safety, stating that road safety is not merely a matter of policy, but a critical part of the lifeline that connects the people of this nation. Shettima urged FRSC Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed to embrace these recommendations as a catalyst for the much-needed reforms in this sector. Earlier in his remarks, the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, who is also Secretary to the Advisory Council, said that the inauguration of the body opens a new vista in road safety management in Nigeria, including fast-tracking the implementation of Nigeria's road safety strategy, which is the country's response to the call for safe use of the roads. He said the inauguration of the council underscores the commitment of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in safeguarding the lives of properties of citizens on the road, noting that implementation of the NRSS provides a clear direction towards achieving the vision of road safety users, using globally accepted safe system approach for managing road safety. House of Reps have given 10 working day ultimatum to the Federal Polytechnic Ida, Kogi State, to provide detailed documents of ongoing projects in the institution. The House, through its Committee on Polytechnics and Other Technical Institutions, issued the ultimatum after documents presented by the Rector of Federal Polytechnic Ida, Professor Yahaya Usman, and other officials of the institution fell short of requirements by the committee. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Faud Kayode Laguda, and lawmakers also discovered infractions regarding the observance of the federal character principle in the staff composition on nominal role presented to the committee.
Achieve the foundation level. And we cannot stop there, so we roll it over to 2024. Money was appropriated for it. And that is the ongoing, my procurement officer kept on saying. And so the same contractor, was placed on it. And that is the tender board meeting that is coming up tomorrow. Opening was done in favor of the same, hospital.
This project was appropriated for.
Yes.
Phase 1. No, phase 1 was for 223. Yes. This is phase 2 for 2024.
Look at the
It's not ongoing in the budget.
Then we are going to check the project of 2023 of the first phase and look at it the second phase in 2024 to see if it's part of what's approved.
Now, how much was appropriated for that? Was that fully used? We should see that.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that stating that for us here. Now you're now saying you are doing another phase, another tender board tomorrow for the same ongoing projects.
That is what I don't understand.
I seriously still don't understand. For an ongoing project, if you allocated it from day one, let's say you started 2023 and you have located it for XYZ company, why are you doing another bidding for it again?
Officials of Federal Polytechnic Shandam, Plateau State, were also adhering, but were not entertained because the rector of the head of the institutions was expected to appear before the committee in person, which is a practice of the Nigerian Parliament. Federal Polytechnic Mina, Niger State, was also among institutions invited by the House for investigation. Confusion best describes the current situation in Nigeria's main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, following the counter-suspension orders issued by the factions of the National Working Committee. A faction of the NWC led by the AG National Chairman, Umar Damagun, has announced the suspension of party's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olugunaba, and National Legal Advisor, Kamaldeen Ajibade, for alleged insubordination. However, the National Publicity Secretary, Debo, and National Legal Advisor countered that with their own statements suspending the AG National Chairman, Ambassador Umar Damagun, and National Secretary, Senator Samuel Ayaun. The party's board of trustees had earlier enjoined all party members of the party to endeavor to appear before the party's disciplinary committee should there be summoned. Chairman of the BOT, Senator Adolphus Wabara, had at the 78th meeting of the board urged the NWC to expedite action and ensure that the party's executive council committee meets on October 24th as scheduled. Federal High Court in Abuja has on Friday restrained the National Executive Committee and Board of Trustees of the PDP for removing Laya Damagun as the acting national chairman of the party. The court ordered that no other person must be recognized as PDP national chairman other than Damagun until the national convention of the party scheduled for December next year. Justice Peter Lefu issued the restraining order against PDP, NEC, BOT and others while delivering judgment in the suit instituted against them by Senator Omar El-Gash Minor. The judge held that in line with Articles 42, 47 and 67 of the PDP, it is only at the national convention of the party that national officers can be elected. In the suit, Justice Lefu said that PDP members are bound by the constitution of the party and as always must act in line with the provisions and obedience at the party's laws. The plaintiff, who claimed to be chairman of the PDP in Yobe State, had instituted the suit against PDP, and 8 others alleged that some stakeholders of the party have been holding clandestine meetings to forcefully remove Damagun from office in gross violation of the party's constitution. He said that a former deputy governor of Kogi State, Dr. Philip Omeza Salawu, has been pushed forward as replacement for Damagun for the stakeholders. Still on PDP crisis, Board of Trustees for the People's Democratic Party has called for peace and a return to the status quo amongst fielding members of the National Working Committee. In a statement issued on Friday in Abuja, BOT Chairman Senator Adolphus Wabara expressed concern over the ongoing internal crisis and urged all parties involved to de-escalate tensions for the sake of the party's unity. He emphasized that while disagreements are natural, the PDP's tradition for internal democracy must not be compromised. Wabara also assured members of the BOT that the BOT would engage with the NWC to foster reconciliation and restore normalcy. Wabara maintained that the BOT is committed to promoting peace, unity and progress within the PDP and called on all party faithfuls and supporters to stay calm. All Progressives Congress has slammed a former Minister of Transport, Rotimi Amechi, for comments that allegedly incited public unrest over the current situation in Nigeria. Amechi had in an interview expressed his disappointment with the way Nigerians are responding to the nation's current economic challenges, stating that he had expected more visible reaction from the citizens, particularly the youths. The former Rivers State governor lamented the high cost of living, rising fuel prices and other economic pressures. He expressed dissatisfaction with the lack of public protests against rising costs of living. However, the ruling APC described his remarks as irresponsible and unpatriotic. APC National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka disclosed this in a Friday press statement titled Rotimi Amechi inciting anarchy is irresponsible and unpatriotic. According to the statement, the party noted that such should not be coming from a man who has held multiple high-ranking government positions for over 2 decades. Morka accused Amechi of playing a dangerous game of incitement. According to Morka, Amechi's rhetoric is hypocritical, especially given his long-standing involvement in Nigeria's governance, which has attributed and contributed to the nation's challenges. Morka added that Nigeria's current economic reforms are already showing positive signs and that citizens should exercise patience as the administration continues its work to stabilize the country. The APC also took aims at other opposition figures, including Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, suggesting that their criticism stemmed from frustration at being out of power. The statement concluded by urging Nigerians not to fall prey to the provocations of opposition leaders who, according to the APC, seek to manipulate their populace for their own gain. Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Justice John Toso, has rejected the request by the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for Justice Binta Nyako to rescue herself from his case. Justice Soho returned Nnamdi Kanu's case file to her to handle, saying 2 other judges were previously rescued from the case. Soho stated that Kanu's case was reassigned to Justice Nyako due to its prolonged nature as far back as 2015. Since she had handled the case for the most part, she was deemed the most suitable judge to see it through to its conclusion. However, Chief Judge directed that if the next hearing of the case, Kanu still insists on recusing Justice Nyako, he must file a written motion on notice with an affidavit stating all grounds for requesting the recusal. Kanu must also serve it on the prosecution team and appear before Justice Nyako for her review and determination when she can make her own decision. Kanu's special lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, confirmed the development to newsmen. He added that Kanu's team is waiting for an official notice from the court and a new hearing notice. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court at Abuja on Friday refused the fresh bail application of the detained Binance Holdings executive, Tigran Gambaryan. Gambaryan's lawyer, Mark Mordi, previously argued on September 4 that his client's health is perilous. He stated that Gambaryan required surgery for an herniated disc and psychiatric care due to depression and anxiety. Modi requested a 6-week bail for Gambaryan to seek proper medical attention outside the prison, citing inadequate care in custody. EFCC lawmaker Ekele Ihanacho objected to the defense claims, arguing that they exaggerated the severity of Gambaryan's condition. He contended that the second defendant could receive treatment while detained at Kuje Correctional Facility, asserting that his health was not serious enough to warrant bail. In his ruling on the motion for bail on medical grounds, Justice Nwite rejected the request, noting that renowned Nigerian medical experts are already managing the second defendant's health. However, he ordered the Nigerian Correctional Center to refer Gambaryan to a standard hospital in Abuja for treatment for 3 days to 2 weeks under security supervision. The matter was subsequently adjourned till October 18, 2024 and November 22 and 25 for the continuation of trial. Gambaryan is facing 35 million naira in money laundering charges brought against him by the EFCC. Nigerian Labour Congress is set to hold a National Executive Council meeting following the recent increase in the pump petrol price for the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. ATN has reported that the NNPC has raised the price of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, to 1,030 naira per litre in Abuja, up from 897 naira and 999 naira in Lagos, previously at 855 naira. 1,070 naira in the northeast, 1,025 naira in the southeast states, 1,045 naira in the south east states, and 1,075 naira in the south states. This decision has sparked widespread criticism from Nigerians, many of whom are urging President Bola Tinubu to revise the price hike. In a recent interview on Friday, NLC President Comrade Joe Ajero addressed the situation, stating that Congress executives will meet to discuss the matter by next week. He emphasized that every organization has its own procedures and that the NLC President does not have the authority to unilaterally declare a strike. We move on to business, where more trouble looms for Nigerians as the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has rejected the ex-depot price of premium motor spirits by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The marketers, with over 70% of filling stations in Nigeria, threatened that they will stop operation if NNPC refuses to back down on the new petrol ex-depot price of 1,010 naira per litre. Spokesperson of the IPMAN, Chinedu Ukadike, disclosed this in an interview on Friday. His comments come on NNPCL as NNPCL on Wednesday announced a fresh price hike across its retail outlets nationwide to between 998 naira to 1,030 naira in Abuja and Lagos. The state-owned company also announced between 1,040 naira to 1,010 naira as the price per litre they will sell to marketers. Reacting, Ukadike said the ex-depot petrol prices announced by NNPC showed that the company is poised to inflict continued suffering on Nigerians. He stressed that IPMAN members will not accept a petrol price higher than what NNPC sells at its retail outlets. According to him, the action of NNPC cannot be termed as deregulation. Federal government has granted permission to petroleum marketers to lift petrol directly from Dangote refinery without going through the NNPC Limited. This confirms the speculation that the NNPC will no longer be the sole off-taker of the Dangote fuel. In a statement on Friday, the Minister of Finance and Chairman of the Nigerian Crude Sale Implementation Committee, Wale Edun, gave an update on the takeoff of crude purchase and product sales in Naira transactions. The Implementation Committee, chaired by Edun, was said to have held its second post-commencement review meeting on October 10th to evaluate the progress of the crude oil and refined product sales in Naira initiative. Edun noted that the government remained confident that in the long term, these measures will create better market conditions for Nigerians to benefit from. Analysts have urged Nigerian Communication Commission on strict adherence to security and privacy models as it concerns NIN and SIM linkage. Speaking of Atlantic Television Network, Atlantic Blowout, a socio-political analyst, Love the Uproom, highlighted some setback experienced by telecom users across the country.
SIM or to sell SIM to another person with different thumbprint. So there is a kind of lacuna reconciling this. So that's one area that will have challenge. But I believe the system will always be upgraded. Once new persons get SIM card, there will be time, maybe after 6 months or 1 year, the NCC will also upgrade their database. But so far, I believe from 2020 to probably 2023, I'm sure, or maybe 2024, or up to date before the announcement, I'm sure they have been able to cover.
Mr. Loveday tasked the NCC on sustainability and frequent upgrade, as it may.
So SIM cards that are not verified, you can't find that in NCC database. So anyone using that particular SIM card, it simply means that you're a fraudster. You're doing something very illegal, and law enforcement agency can go after the person.
All right.
This is coming as the Nigerian Communications Commission has announced that it has completed the linking of all phone numbers in the country to a national identification number. Net foreign exchange inflows to Nigeria's economy rose by 67% to 27 billion in the first half of the 2024 from 16 billion in 2023. Data from the CBN quarterly economic statistics show that the development was because of a 34.6 YOY increase in net flows through autonomous sources and a 170% YOY increase in net forex inflow through the Central Bank of Nigeria. The forex inflow to the economy rose by 41% to $47 billion in the first half of 2024 and from 33.7 billion in the first half of 2023. Also, gross inflows through autonomous sources grew by 47.6% to $31 billion in the first half of 2024 from a previous $21.6 billion in the first half of 2023. However, forex inflows from the economy rose by 16% to $20 billion from the first half of 2024 and $17 billion previously. Similarly, outflow through autonomous sources rose sharply by 160%, which is $5 billion from a previous $2 billion. Consequently, net forex inflows through autonomous sources rose 34%, $25 billion from a previous $19 billion in the first half of 2023. Data also showed that inflows through CBN grew by 31%, from 16 billion to 12 billion. in the previously. In international news, Senegal's top constitutional body has ruled that Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko can run in upcoming parliamentary elections, rejecting an opposition coalition appeal against his candidacy. Taku Walu Senegal coalition, led by former President Macky Sall, had claimed that Sonko was ineligible to stand in the snap polls. They pointed to the June 2023 sentencing in absentia to 2 years in prison for corrupting youths. But in a decision, the Constitutional Council declared the appeal inadmissible. It ruled that only the Interior Minister can refer to a case regarding a candidate's eligibility. Senegal is set to vote a new parliament on November 17th after President Bassirou Diomaye Faye resolved the opposition-dominated National Assembly in September. Russian strike overnight on the southern Ukrainian region of Odessa killed 4 people, including a teenage girl, and wounded 10 more. Russia has targeted Ukraine's coastal Odessa region throughout the war, hitting cargo ships and grain silos in what Kyiv says is an attempt to destroy its export capacity. Regional Governor Oleg Kipa wrote on social media that a 2-story building had been attacked in the attack. The victims included a 43-year-old woman, a 22-year-old man, and a 16-year-old girl. Video from the scene of the attack distributed by first responders showed emergency workers retrieving bodies from the rubble of the destroyed building by lamplight. Russian forces have stepped up attacks on southern Ukraine recently, including strikes that have damaged civilian vessels at Odessa region ports. Odessa was one of the largest exporters of grain in the world before Russia's invasion in February 2022, but repeated attacks on its ports and storage facilities have severely curbed its output. In entertainment, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is set to go on trial for racketeering and sex trafficking on May 5th, 2024. The rapper, known as Diddy, will remain incarcerated, said federal judge Arun Subramanian, after he was indicted last month on 3 criminal counts that allege he sexually abused women and coerced them into drug-fueled sex parties using threats and violence. Sean Diddy has twice been denied bail as prosecutors have voiced concerns of witness tampering. He has pledged not guilty to all charges. As he entered the courtroom, Combs, wearing a light-colored wrinkled shirt and pants, greeted his mother and children who were attending the hearing. Prosecutor Emily Johnson said there was still more evidence to explore, noting that 96 electronic devices had been seized in March and that more charges were possible. Allegations have been building against the Grammy Award winner since last year when singer Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, alleged that Sean Diddy Combs subjected her to more than a decade for coercion by physical force and drugs, as well as a 2018 rape. Popular reggae singer El Tiger is dead. The 37-year-old died on Thursday, October 10, 2024, a week after being shot in the head. His family confirmed the incident in an official statement shared on the singer's Instagram stories. In sports, Fisayo Dele Bashiru came off from the bench to earn Nigeria a 1-0 win over Libya in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers in Uyo, after the Mediterranean Knights spent most of the game in their half defending. The win put Super Eagles on the top of Group D with 7 points ahead of Benin Republic, Rwanda and Libya. Nigeria's Flying Eagles will fly out of Lome, Togo on Tuesday for the Wafu B Under-20 Championship. Aliyu Zubairu's side are currently camping in Ikenne for their final preparations ahead of the competition. The holders will move to Togo 2 days before the start of the competition. The competition will start on Thursday, October 17th. Host Togo will begin will take Benin Republic in the competition's opening day fixture. The Flying Eagles' first game is against Burkina Faso at Stade Municipal on Friday, October 18th. They will also battle Cote d'Ivoire on October 24 to conclude a 3-team Group B. In the English Premier League, Cole Palmer has been awarded the English Premier League Player of the Month for September 2024. The English Premier League disclosed this in its official website on Friday, October 11th, being today. Palmer, 22 years old, had 6 goal contributions in 4 games, scoring 5 goals and providing 1 assist in September. He found the back of the net once in Chelsea's 3-0 win against West Ham United at London Stadium and recorded 4 big goals in the Blues' 4-2 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion at Stamford Bridge. He also teed up Nicholas Jackson for a goal against Crystal Palace, a tie that ended in a goal apiece after 90 minutes of action. The English international won the award ahead of Liverpool's duo, Luis Diaz, and Dutch international Ryan Gravenberch. Others nominated are Ollie Watkins, Arsenal defender, Gabriel Magalhaes, Harvey Barnes of Leicester City, Raul Jimenez, and Everton Dwight McNeil. France Football, the organizers of the Ballon d'Or Awards, are set to implement a new rule from this year. With over 2 weeks left before the ceremony takes place on October 28th, there have been whispers about who will take home the prize. Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr. is widely expected to be named winner, ahead of names like Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Rodri. Vinicius was outstanding as Los Blancos won the La Liga and Champions League titles last season, but according to reports, Mario Cortega, the winner of the 2024 Ballon d'Or, will not be interviewed by France Football before the award is held, as is always the tradition. Cortega claims the winner will know he has won when the envelope is opened during the live ceremony. And that's the global news for tonight. Before we go another look at the major stories. Police debunk claims of decapitated body parts. Court stops PDP from sacking Damagun. Justice Soho returns Kano's case file. Ipman rejects fuel hike price. Russian strikes kill 4 in Ukraine. Sean Diddy to remain in prison. Super Eagles defeat Libya. I'm King David Obasi, thanking you so far for staying with us. Stay connected with us on our socials, Facebook and YouTube. At Atlantic Television Network, Twitter Atlantic Television Network, Instagram at Atlantic TV Network. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for staying with us.